6 points clear at the top of the Premier League and 3 points clear at the top of the Champions League standings as well. But what do you think? Are you the best team in the world at the moment?
His opinion means definitely something to me because he's shown at Brentford how well he's done so many years for this club, and without spending crazy amount of money, just every time he's able to perform with his teams very good in the Premier League and make it so hard for every top 5, top 6 team to play against them. So his opinion definitely means something to me, but I think it's far too early for me to say these things. We have to face a lot of teams. Champions League format this season is also difficult. Can we judge the league table in the Champions League? Because every team faced different teams. So you can be lucky or not with the draw you had. I don't think we were lucky though, but so very difficult to judge the league table, but always nice to get compliments from a manager that has proven to be such a good manager here in the Premier League.
Can I ask you again about Darwin as well, because everyone saw how happy the rest of the group was that he got those 2 goals at the weekend as well, but as you admitted on Saturday he could have been sent off as well. As a coach, do you quite know what you're going to get from Darwin all the time? How do you manage that?
I'm almost happy that you asked me this question, because he would have been sent off after the 2-0, so that not everybody is saying that's why they won and they were lucky, blah blah blah. No, I can come up with a few decisions that went against us where we didn't get the points maybe, but let's not get into that. So then your next question was, because I only want to focus on that.
No, I mean, do you quite know what you're going to get from Darwin all the time, and how do you manage that?
I think it's with the most difficult in football is to find for a team, but also as an individual, to find consistency. And only a few players in the world are able to be at the same level every 3 days in a row. And then there's a big group of players that are able to play very good many times, but not every single time. And I think we have. He's one of the players that belongs to the group that is good many times. But next step for him would be nice if he can go into the bracket of the 5, 6, 7, or 8 players in the world that are every 3 days outstanding. And I do know we have also 1 or 2 or a few players that are every 3 days of a very high standard. And it's a nice challenge for him to go to that group of players as well.
And you can pretty much secure top spot in the Champions League standings with victory. I mean, what importance do you put on finishing top of those Champions League standings before the knockout phase?
The most important thing every time we go out there, especially in front of our own fans, we want to win a game. And with this new setup, you think that ending up number 1 is the best position to end up with, but because it's such a strange league table, because for example, I think I'm right, if I look at Paris Saint-Germain, every week I think they have the hardest team to face. So they are quite low on the table, which is not their quality, but they are low. So maybe if you end up number 1, you can face them. So then it's a disadvantage. So I'm not looking at the league table in a way of, oh, if we are number 1, we probably have the most easy team to face, because that is impossible to say, because of this weird format, or weird, I don't mean it in a negative way, but a strange format we are having now. So being on top maybe doesn't tell you that you're the best team, and being number 24 doesn't tell you that you're number 24 in terms of quality. It's a lot of has to do with the teams you've faced. So yeah, we want to win, but not from an idea about, that will probably give us then the best lead up for the rest of the campaign.
Microphone that way.
Hello. What do you think of Lille?
Hang on, just wait for the microphone, please.
Sorry, Hervé Bonneau from the team. What do you think of Lille performances so far in this Champions League? Are you surprised by the way they play and the teams they've beaten?
I'm impressed. Not surprised, but impressed. Not surprised because I think it was 2 or 3 years ago that I played the current manager when he was at Rennes with my former club. And then I was impressed by the way his team played. And yes, of course, a few weeks ago when I didn't saw them playing yet, I was like, oh, they beat Atletico Madrid, surprise. They beat Real Madrid, surprise. But now, of course, I saw many games of them, and now I'm definitely not surprised anymore, but impressed because they've deserved every single point they got till now. And I just said something about the league table. For them, it's definitely not because they faced easy competition. They faced Sporting Lisbon when Amorim was still there, and they were impossible to beat Sporting Lisbon. Okay, they lost that one, but they faced them, they faced Juve, they faced Atletico Madrid, they faced Real Madrid. And now they are facing us, and the next game is going to be difficult for them as well, because then they face Feyenoord, which is my former club, if you didn't know. So they haven't been lucky with the fixtures they had, so that's the reason why I'm so impressed with them in the Champions League, and an unbeaten run of 21 games probably tells you even more.
Is that James?
You mentioned a few times about the strange league table in the Champions League. I wonder, do you think this new format has been a success in terms of revamping the Champions League? And maybe does it show that there's a far more even spread of quality in Europe than perhaps we thought previously?
I said many times already, because almost every game you play Champions League, you get this question about what are your experiences about the new format. It's difficult to judge as long as the season is still going. I think one of the positives is, especially for the teams that are in pot 3 and 4, that they also face teams from their own pot. Is pot the way you say it? From their own, and that gives them a bigger chance, of course, to win games. So in the old format, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and as a pot 4 team, you always face 3, 2, and 1. So it was not always easy to win a game. And now they have 2 games against equal opposition as well. So for those teams, I'm 100% sure they feel it's a step up. For the teams that were always in pot 1, I have to wait and see to give you an honest opinion what I would prefer. But what I've said, and that's what I mean, you cannot judge the league table and say, okay, this is the best team in Europe, this is the second best team, this is the third best team, because we haven't played against the same teams. And in a draw, that's in the FA Cup, League Cup, that's in every draw, you can be lucky or you can be unlucky with the draw you have. And that's why it's easier to win a cup competition than to win a league, because you can have the advantage of a lucky draw.
Coaches?
Arne, you've been very clear that performance levels have been improving, and certainly attacking output has increased, so specifically over the last couple of months. What do you put that down to? Why is that?
No, I think I said that our performance stats, so in terms of running, have increased, especially in the Brentford game, because it was a tough game, because Brentford is a team that's really fit as well. One of the reasons why they're so successful. You tell me now that our attacking stats have gone up. Probably true. I think we've scored more goals in the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games than we did before, but we've conceded a few as well. So we needed these goals maybe more than in the beginning of the season. So I don't really see an argument where I can come up with why that has changed. The only thing I can say is that we are working longer together with the team, and we know even better what we want when we have the ball, but we also need to know better what we want without the ball. But we do concede more, so it's not always a straight line going up or going down. It's always a bit like this.
Just wondering, do you think the team's got a lot of confidence from the wins against Bayern Leverkusen and Real Madrid, because they were the German champions, the Spanish champions, and holders of the Champions League? Do you think the team grew from those games?
Yeah, my answer is then always the same. We're here, you're here at the press conference from Liverpool, so these players are used to winning big games. So I don't think they need games like this to grow in self-confidence from, okay, we can beat these teams now all of a sudden. I do understand that last season in the Europa League we were not in the Champions League, so the club didn't face the same competition maybe as you have in the Champions League. But the years before, and at their national team and playing in the Premier League, these players are not impressed by a win against Leverkusen or a win against Real Madrid. That's not something special for them. They've done that so many times that they like it and they're happy with it. But I don't see anything. 5 minutes after the game, I already see like, oh, I can see I'm at Liverpool here, because if we would have beaten with Feyenoord Real Madrid, then there was a big party in the dressing room. But here, everybody's 5 minutes later already thinking about recovery and making sure that they're ready for the next game.
Gentleman in front.
Hi, Jeremy Turbo from AFP. Going back to Lille and their manager, what are their main strengths for you? And are you expecting a block or maybe a more open game?
It is difficult for me to answer that question because many managers have changed their game plan against us compared to the games they've played before in the last few months. But if I just look at them, how they've played against in the last games and what their playing style is, I'm expecting an open game tomorrow, because they are pressing every team. If it's Olympique Marseille or Real Madrid or whatever team they face, they just press them high. They are not afraid to bring the ball out from the back. So for us, it's going to be a change of styles compared to the recent teams we faced. Although Brentford also wanted to press us really high, but also afterwards went to a real low block. But many teams, the 3 or 4 teams we faced before, didn't want to bring the ball out from the back. And that's what Lille is doing. That's what they're really good at. So that's what I expect. But I expected that from a few teams we faced in the last 3 or 4 games as well. But they changed their game plan against us. So you have to ask their manager if he's planning to play the same style or if he's planning to change it.
Konate.
Hi, Arne. I know it's not the most important thing to you, but having the only 100% record in the Champions League now, is that a badge of honour for you and for the team, and a motivation to keep it going until the end as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Not that we've had them, but it is a motivation that we want to keep it going till the end. We want to win every single game we go out there. But it's not because of we just want to end top 8. And we know we need a point for that, but this team has never gone out playing for a point. There was just a second ago a question about what I expect from Lille. I expect something, and you guys know what you can expect from Liverpool, and that has been in every single game we've played. If we've been at Old Trafford or at Arsenal, wherever we played, we've tried to play our own style, and we've never adapted the style, sometimes in small details, but never the style of high press, of bringing the ball out from the back, and to do the things we are good at. So yeah, that's what we want to try to do tomorrow again. We always play for a win, and that's also what we're going to try to do tomorrow. But we know the difficult challenge it is because of the quality and the form Lille is in.
James, please.
Arne, do you know yet the situation with Diogo? Obviously he missed the weekend. How long do you expect to be without him, and how close is Joe Gomez to coming back into the fold?
Maybe Jot a bit earlier than Joe, and both of them are expected to be there back with us in weeks, not in months. So, but I've said many times before that the last stage of rehab is the most difficult one, or the one that can sometimes add a few days or not. But it's clear that we are expecting them to be back with us in the upcoming weeks. But it's always difficult to say exactly how long it is. But both of them are not going to be out for months, that's for sure. As long as the rehab goes as planned, of course.
What has Diogo done?
He overloaded a certain muscle a bit.
Will?
Just ask about going down. Mersey started every Champions League and Premier League game this season. The second half of the season, is managing his minutes going to be important, given that we haven't got someone like for like to come in and replace him?
Maybe we don't have someone that is exactly similar to Ryan, but I think that is almost for all of them. So Dom is unique in his own way, Mo is unique in his own way. We have, of course, Cody Kakpo, but I don't see him similar to Lucio. similar position but not similar style of player. So every player we have is unique in his own way. That's Ryan, for Ryan is the same thing. And we have players like Wata who can play there, Maka can play there. He played there against Forest in the last half hour, and even Curtis Jones can play there. But there's always a balance. If you play them a lot and all of a sudden you drop points, you play them too much. And if they keep doing well, everybody's saying, yeah, the secret to success is that they always play with the same. And I've said many times already, it's not about playing at 12, 15, it's not about these things, it's about the competition you face and do we play to our standards. But I understand that to make it a bit more simple for everyone to understand, it's about they play too much or too little. That is something we accept.
Carl at the front.
With Diogo being out for a few weeks, though, you said, is this the opportunity Darwin needs for a bit of a longer run team on the back of the confidence he got from the weekend?
I don't think it's the first time that that he's in a situation like this. Even this season, he's been in a situation like this. Jota has been out when in the Chelsea game someone hit him so hard that he was out for 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, I think. So that was a similar moment, and I know from the past that he's had a long run of games with Jürgen as well. But he is probably, as you guys say, in a good place now because he scored 2. And so yeah, of course it's simple. At the moment we've got 4 attackers that are top fit and able to start the game. And Darwin is one of them, and then the 5th one is Federico, and the 6th one is he's not ready to start 90 yet, in my opinion, but he's coming closer and closer to be able to do so. The reason why he isn't because he hasn't had many minutes yet, so it's not about him, it's about me not giving him so many minutes. So that's difficult for him then all of a sudden go from 5 minutes to 90 minutes. So yeah, that increases the chance for Darwin, of course, to get more playing time if one of the 6 is injured, and especially if it's a number 9.
Well,
Hi, yeah, you mentioned there that Chiesa's still not quite at this level to be able to start 90 minutes. And obviously Liverpool were very cautious with Diogo Jota, trying to make sure he didn't come back too soon, and you still managed to break down. Does that situation mean you're more likely to be even more cautious with Federico, or do you think it's not necessarily one affecting the other?
No, not one affecting the other. Every player is unique in its own way, and everyone has his own background, which I mean, Jota had a normal pre-season, not normal because he was at Euros, I think they were in the summer, yeah. So he didn't have a long pre-season, but he had a normal start with us where Federico didn't. Federico was a few times unlucky with when moments were there for him to play that he was ill or sick. And then I think we all also saw how difficult it is, with Jota is a great example of that, if a player has been out for 5, 6 or 7 weeks, to bring him back to that load of playing every single game 60 to 90 minutes, you have to be really careful with that if you don't want to go into another injury. And yeah, especially because there's no winter break, there's no time to give them during the week again, unless I have to play them with the under-21s, but I don't think a player like Federico Chiesa, Diogo Jota should play in those games. So that makes it hard if a player is injured to bring them back. And some players are so clear starters for me, I can just give them their first minutes in the first team. One of them is coming immediately after me. Ibrahim Konate played 5 weeks out, played immediately against United, because he's such a vital part of our team. But unfortunately for Federico, he has Mo Salah in front of him, so he doesn't have the similar status or hierarchy as Ibrahim Konate had. So that makes it hard for us to build him up in the right way, but I'm happy that he had a good 30 to 45 minutes against Accrington Stanley, and although it was 5 minutes, he was part of the team that scored 2 goals, and he was really happy with it, what I saw as well.
well done. Thank you. phones in case you need translation. I did that. No, you don't need that. You okay today? Afternoon. Ready? Afternoon. Good Mike.
Good to see you. Okay.
Yeah, good you.
I just wonder how you all felt for Darwin on Saturday. His first Premier League goal since the 9th of November, and that obviously puts you 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League now.
No, honestly, I'm very happy for him. I know he worked very hard to be there to have this moment, and we know we need Darwin since the start of the season. And especially because I remember the game before in Forest, I told him, because he was suspended, I said to him, we really need you in this game, and he was laughing, and what happened last game is just what I said to him, and he was very happy. Yeah.
For yourselves as well, it was the first clean sheet in the games that you've been involved in since you returned from injury. How did it feel to get that clean sheet, and how do you feel now? Do you feel that you're at full match sharpness, or is there a bit of a way to go still?
No, for me especially, because I'm a defender, and for every defender of this team, it's very important for us to have a clean sheet, and we have done this, and I hope this will keep going. And me, yeah, I try to come back really 100%, but I'm not, because I rush my comeback with my knee. But I've done this for my team, and I can die for this team, then it's fine. And my knee will come back really 100% very soon, it's fine.
Does that mean you're still having
I still have pain sometimes, but I play with painkiller, and it's enough for me to play.
Are you not worried about it at all?
I don't have to think about that. I just have to think about to play, and this will go away soon.
Just finally then, what importance do you put on finishing top of the Champions League standings now? Do you have the opportunity effectively with a win to secure that?
Yeah, for sure. This is one of our target, to finish in the top of the Champions League, but this will start tomorrow again, because we play against Lille. Lille is a very good team, and we have to be ready, because they will come here to make a result against us, and we will try to have 3 points tomorrow.
Start.
Okay.
He's okay.
You should be okay if I speak in French. Yeah, I just wanted to know what you would think about Lille. Do you know any of the players? Are you close to any of the players at Lille?
Proche, non, car
Well, close, not really.
J'en connais pas énormément.
I don't really know a lot of the Lille players. I know the goalkeeper because he was in the national team last time around. But high quality team. They've been a quality team for a long time. You just have to think about all the players who've been at Lille, who've left Lille in the meantime, got some friends who've been at Lille, and so they have a regular supply of good players. I know what to expect tomorrow. I know that they'll be coming to Anfield to get a good result, absolutely. I think we need to be ready, we need to be fully focused, right from the very kick-off, right through to the end of the game.
Yes.
Just on the injury, did you have to convince the medics here that you were wanting to play, and was that as soon as you seen Joe get injured, you realised, I need to get back here?
No, honestly, I was very close to come back. Anyway, the plan was for me to train on this week. But when I saw Joe with his injury, I was like, okay, I have to to come back really quicker, and don't really think about my knee. For sure, the first game, I feel it a little bit, but the pain get better day after day, then it's fine. It's enough for me to play and to have a great game as well.
Physios and the medics, they were happy with you, or you better?
Yeah, for sure. No, the physio, the medical staff have done a very great job for me. And every day I spend, I don't know how many hours at the club every day when I was injured. And I was very happy, and I thanked them with some cookies to be behind me. And no, honestly, I've done a very good job, and they will never take a risk with me. It was very me who was ready to play, but like I said, I play with a little bit pain, but it's enough to play and to be ready as well.
Ibrahim, are you close to signing your new contract? The club opened talks with you a few months ago. What's the latest?
No, who talked about that a few months ago? The club didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. It's one person said that, and I was not ready. I didn't know when he said that. But after I spoke with the club, but I think I'm really focused on what happened now, and we will see what will happen.
So have you been offered a deal?
Yeah.
And are you close to signing?
This is another conversation. No.
No. Ian, you're in your fourth season here as a Liverpool player, and you've managed to score 5 goals in that time. Now, this is a team that's got lots of set pieces. You had a really good chance today against Brentford. Do you think this is an important part of developing as a player, to be able to be a threat in the opposing box as well as really good in your own box?
Yeah, for sure. This is very important, especially for a defender. We want a clean sheet always, and yeah, like you said, I scored 5 goals, and I really hope more, because my target this season was to score 4 goals. I have 2 left, and if tomorrow I can score, I will be very happy. But the more important now is to have a win with a clean sheet, and for my goal, it's okay. It's not important.
Even like Mo said, they're in your 4th season out of the club, and I think earlier this season you captained France.
Yeah.
Just wondering how much you feel you're growing in responsibility within this group, and you really feel like you're becoming a leader now within the group?
In the group of Liverpool, or?
Liverpool,
Yeah, I remember I came in this club when I was 21. I was really young, and the player around me was older than me. And I think I grew up in every situation like a human, like a player, and I take a lot of experience. And I think the club helped me a lot to be the captain of the French squad. And yeah, it's a great moment. It was a great moment for me. But it's just a start, and I just have to work hard to be in this way.
Chris?
Do you think your partnership with Virgil is probably the best in Europe at the moment?
This season, yeah, I think so, yeah.
What is it about that you complement each other so well? What do you think it is? How is it playing alongside a player like Virgil?
No, for sure, Virgil. Everybody know Virgil. Everybody know his quality. For me, he's the best. No one is better than him in this position. And for me, I learn a lot for him from other players like Matip, Joe Gomez, and the other players who don't play in my position as well. And like you know, and like I said to him always, I never said to him, but in interview I said always, I just want to be better than him one day. And that's why I work hard to reach this level one day. Yeah.
So what does Virgil say to that?
Huh?
What does Virgil say to that?
No. I never said to him. I said in interview, but no. He will be proud, I think.
Carl?
Hey, Boo. I guess, judged by the number of questions you've had about your injury and playing with pain, we see it as something unusual to do. But is that something that the squad generally would do, in terms of they would play, because of the situation the club is in, all the trophies they're chasing, that the spirit within the squad means that players put themselves through a bit extra to get themselves through games when they're probably not fit?
No, I don't think so. I just talk about my situation personally, and no, everyone will take his time to come back really fit to play. But no, I was just talking about me.
Or means the sort of a togetherness of the squad means that people are willing to do that.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will not be surprised if someone do that, because everyone want to fight for this club, want to fight for fans, and at the end, if we reach something nice, we will be happy because we have done a sacrifice, and yes. Yeah. Ça fait du bien. Ouais.
Okay, in French then. I just wanted to get back to Lille. You said what you think about the team already. Have you been surprised by the progress, you know, having beaten a team like Real Madrid? And if you're surprised, what surprised you most?
Je suis pas surpris du tout.
Well, no, I'm not surprised at all.
Surpris car,
honestly, I'm not surprised.
Peut-être que les équipes contre qui ils ont joué les ont sous-estimés avant le match.
Perhaps their opponents underestimated Lille going into the game. Because, you know, when you look at Lille against Real Madrid, well, Real Madrid were probably sure that they were going to win. A lot of people would think that, but that isn't what the Champions League is like. There's a great atmosphere, it's a different atmosphere. The matches give you a different type of energy, different type of dynamism. You have to be focused 100%. You have to be ready to play the game. I think that what they've been doing since the beginning of this season is fantastic, and I'm really pleased for them. They're a French team after all. But they've been doing that. They've been playing well for quite a few years now, haven't they?
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Ebert.
Thank you.
Merci.